Start recording. Oh, there is a delay also in the recording. Okay, I started, it seems. Okay, first, I wish that all of you were safe, and it was not an easy week the last week, especially for the people who live here in the Fraser Valley. There's many families, they have already left their home because of this water flooding, and it seems that we will have another turn starting tomorrow. I hope that all of you who's here and who's going to watch this recorded video all are safe, and we pray for all families that they have left their home that will be back so quickly to their home. And we stand with the whole community here about what has happened and hope that everything will be okay so far. The last week, because of the whole situation, we were asked by the administration to cancel all activities, even though the online one, asynchronous one, because there was a high priority maybe for the teachers and for the students for their own situation. However, we are on a good track in the course, so we somehow, based what we will finish today, we almost done with the course content. I had already published also the project and the assignment 3. Because we have already lost one week, and I extended assignment 3, sorry, deadline. This is why we are going to cancel individual assignment 4. So there is no anymore assignment 4, as we have already planned at the beginning. So I will give the grade assignment will be based on 3 assignments, and we will have the project grade also. Concerning project, as I said in many emails, that you can choose one of the topic or you can propose your own. The deadline is somehow, we are done with the deadline for proposing new topics, so you have to choose one of them in this case. I hope that you have already started communicating with different groups. The project presentation is very important. I will give a portion for the grade. For the project grade will be based on the presentation. Why we need a presentation? Because I think that if it is your own work, you can know how to present it. So to be sure that you have already done this is the first aim from the project presentation. Second aim is you as a student, you should practice how you present your own work. Because I believe that, especially in my experience with many students will be, let's say, fresh graduated student, when they have to go to make a technical presentation, maybe for recruitment purpose, they will not able to present their own work or their own, let's say, technical background or technical capabilities in a correct way. So apart from learning, it should be presentation. The presentation should be done between the internal group. So each group can manage it internally, how they are going to present. However, all of them should be involved in the presentation. So when I said all of them should be involved, which means that all of you should be involved in presentation. If you are 4 or 5, whatever, how the number of your groups, then each member should have its own part of presentation. It should not be a long presentation, 10 to 15 minutes, it will be okay. The last week, there will be no lecture. I will keep it open stage. So any person or any group want to present their work live with me, they can go ahead and do it. So it will be an open stage who can, if you can't join the live session, the last one, As I said in my email, you can just record the presentation internally in the group and share with me the video, as I did here. For example, we share the meeting with all of us, so you can share the meeting video link with me in this case. I think this is a whole, let's say, note I want to share it to clarify it based on what I have already sent by email. Concerning the final, I should start preparing it now, maybe this week or the next week, the final exam. It will be somehow similar to the assignment. Like we will have comprehensive question, multiple choice, and true false, plus you'll be asked to write some code. So all the lecture will be involved in the final, which means that all the material are involved. And again, there will be more similar like the individual assignment that you already had. So are we talking it at the same time, or there is a deadline for the final exam? No, I have already published the time and the date, Kerson, for the final exam. I published it a long time ago, I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. No, there will be a special time for the exam. It seems that it will be 3 hours. I forgot the date. So you will have a special time and date. No, it is not like assignment you have a deadline to submit it. So it will be an online exam. It will start at a time and it will finish at a time. You have to go and log in at that time, and then you are going to do the exam within a short time. Like I think it was 3 hours. And you are going to submit your solution within this time. It's not like an assignment you will have 1 week or something like this. No. Yes, you are allowed, because it is an open book in this case, because you are going to do the exam at your home. So there is no any more control about what you are going to use. So yes. So because it is an exam at home, so it cannot be rather than an open book. It should be an open book. We don't have any control about what you are doing at home. Kura, to be honest, no, it's not 2 to 3 p.m. Let me check if you want, because I have already published it before. Yeah, I will check it for you now if you want. I published it in the Blackboard, I think, also. If you want, I will check it now for you. Yeah, 2 to 5. It's 3 hours. It's not 1 hour. It is 3 hours. I'm just signing into the Blackboard now to be sure about it. Yeah. Yeah, as I have already announced in the Blackboard. So I send an email and leave it as an announcement that all the students can go ahead and see it. So it will be on 16 December from 2 to 5. We are talking about Pacific local time, yeah? So yes, it will be from 2 to 5 in 16 December. So yeah, you have a special time you are going to deliver your solution. The exam will be pure online. You do it at home, and since it is online at home, not in campus. In this case, that you will use what resources you can use. In this case, it will be an open one. We as an administration and me as a teacher don't have any control about what you are doing. But you should take care that the final exam has a time limit, which means that you have to practice different coding and not wait till the final exam and go ahead and double check what is question in which lecture and searching for this. It will be time consuming. Don't do it. Some students, they will say, okay, it is an open book, it is an online, so it is an easy one where you can check the question and go ahead to the lecture and see how it. No, it will not be like this, especially when it is about coding. So even though you will search online, see how there is some similar code, maybe it will not be the same, so don't do it. Maybe the lecture note will help you when you forgot something to return back to see how it is. But if you will work it in this way, that whenever each question you go and search for this, it will be time consuming and you will not finish the exam on time. So you have to prepare well, you have to practice well, and I believe that all students, they have already practiced the examples and the work group. They have already practiced. People who can join us here, they have already practiced the work group at home. I'm quite sure, because all the work group we are sharing within the note with the solution. So students, they have already practiced the assignment and the work group and the different examples, the lectures. I'm quite sure it will be an easy final exam. So don't have a strategy that because it is an online open book at home mean that you don't have to prepare well and you wait till to see the final and go ahead and search to the solution. It will not work like this. You should have already well prepared, practice all exercises, and then when you will have the final exam, you can do it in a quick way. To be honest, since it is an online and since it is an online exam and you will do it alone, not in the campus environment. So this is why I will expect to have somehow limited timing for each question. So you should take care for this. Okay, guys, so we can start now, I think, our lecture for today. Do you have any more questions concerning project final, something like this? If there is no any more question, give me 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up to start. Okay, perfect. So the last time we have already started with streams, how we can save data in a file. We know input-output stream, how we can take data before from the screen. And yesterday discussed the F stream, which is part from the input-output stream. The last lecture, this is what we have already discussed in the last lecture, the week before. We talk about file input-output step. We declare the stream variables, which mean the output stream and F stream. And we talk about how we can open a file, how we can close a file, how we can get data, but in a simple scenario. And at the end of this, in the last lecture, we talk about how we can catch the stream error that we have already discussed this. This is what we said, that the F stream, out stream, that are part from input-output stream from iOS. So today, I'm sorry, this is not this is not the lecture for you. I'm sorry for this. Today we will talk about 2 points about advanced tool for input-output, which means that how we can, we have already discussed the last time how we can get the data from a file or save it. Today we will go more advanced level. We talk about the format of the data, which means that how we can have a special format of the data and how we can save it in a special format. So, I'm sorry, let's keep me this. Yes, this is. So, we can control the spaces, for example. We can control the number of digits after decimal. The scientific numeric style, like the scientific style, if you want to do it like this. So the first one we can talk about it is outstream.precision. Then we can use this function. This outstream is the name of the outstream, because you have already created an outstream, like you name it outstream, because we said we have to create the stream variable, the input stream, output stream, or F stream, and out F stream, as we did the last time. So suppose we name it outstream. So that precision means you control how many digit after the decimal you want either to save it. We talk about outstream, or to get it here, if we are talking about outstream here in this case. Here we talked about fixed We talk here about when we talk about fixed point notation. So you can see here when we talk about fixed that we start to use the set f. Set f, which means that it's an aberration or a set flag. We will have different flags here. Fixed, one of them, we will see different flag, and there are more flags that you can return to it. So iOS fix it one of this. Okay, like we talk about when we talk about signed, unsigned one, whatever it is about fixed. Another one about show point. Show point, which means that even though all digits are decimal, always will be have zero. That this stream. By the way, when we set a flag to this stream variable, it will stay to this stream variable till you will unflag this flag. We will see an example now. Space. Suppose that you are going to create a special space with the output or the input, you save it in both cases. So in this case here, like here, you said, let's see, outstream.what's for. This is, by the way, it will apply only to the next item, which means that if we said outstream.what's equal 4, what will be the next item? That's here 7. So after you will execute 7, the space will be included, including the number within the space. So suppose that you have already printed before 6, and then you will make outstream.what's 4, which means that now you will have a 7. And then you will say, okay, let's go ahead and make 7 in this case. So here, what we are going to do in this case that we will have 4 space, including the number that we have already output, or the character, whatever it is. As we did, so like here is the cout, or the, so when we talk about stream, either we will have input output stream that we know before in cout, or we have the f stream, because this we have already discussed the last time. This is part from this, and so and what is applied to the f stream, it is the same applied to the input output stream. So they are, everything is applicable for both. So either you will do it for cout, or we can do it, for example, if you have an output stream, you can say outstream.mset flag. So far flags we will have fixed, float, show point, or space, or we can set what's, which means the space. And if you use a ready flag, you can just make iOS show, for example, unset. Unset, this is show pause, which means you can show positive sign. Again, this we are talking about what is a different format that we are going to use it, or we define it to the input or the output from this file. And maybe we have already seen this without discussing it. So next. So if there is next, which means that we can use it to know if there is next, if there is any value, character, or whatever it is in this file before we close it. Manipulation or manipulator is so far what we have already used here for the format, returning to here. So we use setf as a member function. When it's at a member function from this stream, input output stream, which can be applied for the input output stream, or it can be applied for the f stream, whatever it is, the stream. If it is a screen stream, input output, or f stream, in file or output file. So it is a member function from this object. However, we still can use it. We will have the same result, manipulation. So manipulation, it's like here. It is not a member function. What I mean by member function? It is not function related to the stream itself. It is a standing alone function. We can call it that without using the stream itself, whenever we use this operator, so either this is for C out or F stream, again, all what is applicable to input output stream can be it is applicable for the screen output input, the traditional one MC out CN, or the file stream, input file, output stream to save in a text file or read from a text file. So rather than using the number function that we've seen so far, like stream.setFlag, stream.precision, you can use a standing alone function. We name it is a manipulator, we name it. It does the same functionality like the stream, but it will be not related to the stream. A question say now, okay, so want to use this, want this. So if you have already built a variable stream, and this variable stream you will use always in the same way, in the same format, then go ahead and use a member function and set the format to this variable stream. If not, then you can use a manipulator whenever there is a special output or input you want to apply to it, a format in this case. Like here, I'm using the operator. I said, okay, go ahead now and put 4. I didn't relate it to the stream itself. I use it now while I'm going to the operator using this operator, either input or output. So it will be the same set 4, like here, the one that I use it here. Outstream.what's 4. Like you see here, for example, here I'm 4, sometimes 4, sometimes 6. Again, when we said 4 and 6, it includes the output itself. So here we have 2 space, here 2 space, this is as a whole 4. And then we will have here 4 space, as a whole 6 in this case. So this is, again, manipulator. It is not a member function of the stream itself. And we have also set precision. Before that, we use iOS stream. For example, this is a member function. This is a member function. This is a manipulator. As you see here, a member function will be related to the input-output stream, either, again, screen input-output or file input-output. Here, the manipulator does not relate to the stream. We will use it whenever we use this operator. So again, if you use this manipulator, don't forget that you are going to include this IOMNIP, which means input-output manipulator. You should include like this. Before this, when you use input stream, you include input-output stream, and when we use F stream, you include F stream. So if you want to use a manipulator, you are going to use this one. Before I go to the example, maybe when I will write, I will use sometimes manipulator, but again, if I believe that I'm using a variable stream, and this variable stream, will I use it for the same format in the whole my file, so I can set a flag to it based on which format I need it, which means I make a flag settings, and then I will use the stream, as if I'm making a setting for this stream variable before I use it. So this is why it's better in this case to use a flag in this case. Let's go ahead and discuss this example. So this example, we will create 2 file streams, as we did the last time. IF stream or F stream. In order that I have to do it, I should include this. I have already included this, maybe because I'm going to use exit. And I have already included this because maybe I will use manipulate function. And iOS stream I should include it because I will use input-output for the screen itself. So I don't forget that you have to include all files or libraries and classes where the function is being defined, because as I said from the beginning of the course, we are using a predefined functions that's being already declared. So we have to include the file where it is being already declared. The concept of OOP, object-oriented programming, the slides that appear before this incorrectly. So this will be next semester. So I see I believe that I think it will be also online. I forgot. Yeah, I think it will be online for this. So whatever it is, the course with whom you are going to take it, but I will advise you that when you finish structured programming, go ahead and take the object-oriented programming so quick, because your mind is still somehow familiar with the whole concept. Don't make a huge time between that structured programming and the OOP programming. The OOP programming will be more advanced comparing structured programming, and you need to finish the structured programming or the procedure programming, which is what we mean by function, creating function and variables, what we have already discussed this course. The OOP, you are going to think in another way how you build your code using object and classes. So I advise you that who finish this 152 or 150, both introductory programming course, if you have a time, according to your plan, go ahead and pick the object-oriented programming that you will develop in a good sequence, going from procedural and structured programming to object-oriented programming. So again, we have already here defined the two stream variables. This we will use it to read from a file, this we read it to write in a file. And this is a fail function we have already discussed before. We use it to double check that the file is okay and there is no problem with the file itself. So, and so we said exit one. This is why we use this as std lab, because we will use exit one. And we will make an output and exit the function if it fails and this. So we are going to read open file raw data, we name it here. And we are going to save in the file, we name it neat.dat. We said that this is a somehow generic file. It's like the text, but it's more generic comparing .text file. So you can read from .text file also, that as we did the last time in our, I think, group work. So now we have already here declared the stream variables. We double check if the stream everything okay, which means that it connected to the file, it can read from this file or it can write from this file. And then we will execute a function. As I always tell you, that if there is a special procedure, even though in the simple example in the class, we can say, okay, why is this headache? Why do you always ask us to create a function? So we can go and put the code in the main function. You are a headache guy, you always ask us to do it. No, you should practice how to create a function and then call a function in the main method in order to reuse the code in different places, because sometimes you declare a function and then maybe you are going to use it in different places, because we said from the beginning there is a difference between function definition and declaration. So here we define a function, or we declare, sorry, a function. Here we define the function, what it do, and here we call the function. So maybe you are going to call the function many times. So because you are going to call the function many times, so go ahead and create a function for this and you call it in many times. So if you put the whole code here, you can't reuse the same code. So get accustomed, get used that whenever there is a set of procedure, it is a standing alone one, go ahead and put it as declare a function to it, and then later you can call this function. So let's go now see what is the function would go do. The function will take two streams. The stream that is connected to the input file, the stream that is connected to the output file. And it take here the field, the watts, and how many decimal point you want to do it. So neat file, you remember neat file, what the neat file is for you, the output, and the mees file, it is, as we name it here, it is input stream. So if I want to set, as I said, if I know that if this output have a special format, always should be satisfied for this variable, go ahead and make the settings for this. So I said, okay, needfile.set flag fixed, show point, show POS. I maybe will add for you in the lecture an appendix at the end. Maybe it's more flags, but small flags we will have it. I added an appendix just for your own information. When I will upload the lecture, I will add more flags that can be used and maybe the definition for this flag. So here I make 3. So here fixed, we will put it in let's say, okay, fixed notation. What is, put it like in fixed one, like in mathematics we name it E notation. So show point, there is decimal point will be, show POS, then will be the plus sign will be shown for the number that we will use it. And then now this is for the, and then precision we said, okay, based on the inputs that we get it from the user, we will set how many decimal there will be after the dot point here. So we'll make the setting for this, the need file, which is the output file stream. And here we also make the setting for the output in the screen, the same setting. So I said that everything that is applicable for the F stream is also applicable for the screen stream, which is the C out. So the same settings we do it here and there. But then we said double next, we said while MISI file, what is a MISI file? It is the input stream, is next, which means that you know this operator, which means that you take, we will see other operators during this lecture, but this operator that we used it before, that it will give you different content. However, it will skip spaces. So while next there is, which means that there is more data, then we are going to do, we are reading from this file. So while it is next, there is a data in it. Go ahead and output this data and also save it. And here, I didn't make a dot set what's here. I use it, the manipulate one. However, I can also make these settings here using this function that we have already. This is one. So here it is, dot what's. So I can, rather than use the manipulate function, I just use it here for you. So rather than using the manipulate function here, set W, it is a manipulate. Why it is a manipulate? Because it's not a member function of the stream. It is not a function from the stream. It is a standing alone function that we use it with the operator of the stream. So there was another option. Rather than doing this, I can here had already said, okay, need file dot what's equal the what's that I got it here. It will be the same in this case. Then there is no need to write it here. So again, if you believe that this stream will be used for this setting in whole your function in whole file, go ahead and put it and add it to the settings to the stream. If not, then use the manipulate function when you need it with this operator, either input operator or output operator.
I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
So for the while loop that checks if there's another like data point or like more data, when you say messy file next, like does it just go to the next line, or does it stay on the same line?
No, next line. No, it just go and skip the spaces and lines and see if there is more data.
Oh, so it can read even on the same line. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
All right, and then also
because sorry, if you can see that you are saving this here, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I had one more question. So you said that for the set W, like it's not connected to the C out, right? Could you put it?
What we said?
So under the while loop, like the C out set W field width, could you put that into that part?
Yeah, this one. You mean the manipulate function?
Yeah, the manipulate function. Could you make that like set that as a flag?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, we can
function.
set here need fly dot what's. I can use the what's function, which is a member function. It is not a flag member function. It is a member function. I can set need fly dot what's, and I put the what's that I need it, like here, the field what's.
Okay, so you wouldn't put like cout dot set w. Like
no, there is no need in this case. Yeah.
Okay.
So I said you can do it like this. Need file. I'm maybe because I'm using the mouse, the handwriting will be not very clear. Not file dot what's.
Okay.
What's in this case will be a member function. Is it clear for you what is the difference between member function and
a manipulator? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, because a member function, which means that is related to the stream variable itself.
Yeah.
So you make as if you are made settings for this stream variable, and this settings will stay as it is till you change it.
Okay.
However, a manipulate function, you use it within the output or input operator when you need it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So we can sum it up. The member function is more generic, that is related to the stream variable itself in this case. Is it clear, Kirsten? Do you have any more questions about this?
No, I have no other questions. Thank you.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and see what will be the output in this case. Suppose we have this output input in the need data. Sorry. Yeah. This is the one here. I'm sorry. This is the one. You see, Kirsten here. The data is we have more than one data at the same line.
Yeah, I was just curious because for the project that me and my group are doing, like we're gonna have data on the same line. So I was just wondering how we would do that, but now I.
But wait to see. There is another one. We will talk about it now. Wait to see. There are more functions you can use it.
Okay.
So this is the raw data that we will have, which means that, as we said here, the input here we said here, and the loop is while there is next, then there is more data to read it. I said that next will skip the spaces in this case. So we will go first to here, then we'll go to this. And according to our code, we are reading and we are printing out, and we are printing out here. And after each print, we make a new line, end line. Here, Kirsten using end L, we use it to make a new line. So according to our code, we are reading this data, save it each data in a line, and the same data we are printing here. You can see here that we made a space. We add plus sign for positive one because here was 10.37. According to here, we make a fixed notation, and then we show point, and then we show point of sale. So all are applicable here. And also we make a what's here. According when we call the function with the what's was, because the what's here, we take the what's what we have already here, and the decimal point 5 and the what's here 12. So we are making the format of the output based on what we have already declared. And the same what we did for the file stream, we did it also to the output stream in this case.
So show width is adding decimal points, like is it adding those zeros?
The positive one. Yeah. No, the show
width.
The show the what's no, it's adding more zeros is depend about what talk about the decimal.
Oh, okay,
you see here the decimal, it is 5.
That's the file.precision. That's doing that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you see here we will have a 5 decimal.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Maybe because here about the space, maybe it will be more clear when we will have it in the same line. But we are making a new line according to what we are doing here.
Okay.
So, but this is here we have already in this function when we did it, we have already said, okay, then this function we will have 5 as a procession, which means 5 number after the decimal point. So if there is no more any decimal, we will add 0. By the way, this flag, there are more flags. I said there is more flags. There is more format flags you can use it.
Okay.
I will add appendix maybe at the end of this lecture, just for your own knowledge, that there are more flags that you can be used. So far, what we have already learned comparing to the last lecture, that still the same. We are declaring file streams. We check using fail function if this everything okay, the file exists and we have a connection with it, and we use this operator to make an output, and we use this operator to make an input, and we have now this next to be sure that there is still more data in the file. And this is the new that we have already discussed here, that you can control the format of the input or the output. And when we talk about input and out, we talk about F stream and input out stream, which means that file stream and the screen stream. There is another part I want to discuss, but do you have any questions so far? No question, one thumbs up needed. Okay, perfect. So let's now talk about function. I want to talk about more, let's say, focus more about character data. Get. Get is a function that will read just one character. When we use this operator, or we use this operator to the input output, so it will go read till we will have a blank. Then we'll get the data and put it in a variable or put it in the output stream. However, if you want to get one character, and by the way, blank is character in this case. It doesn't skip a blank, so we can use get. So get function. So if you have already built a stream, input stream for a file and open it, so you can use get. Get will read character by character. Put somehow the same like get, but from this put, every output stream you can require one argument to type character, which means in this case you will set one character to the output stream. So get, you will get one character. Put, you will write one character in this case. Put back, it's somehow useful when a specific character is read, and we will see it, which means that either you will stop for a special, we will see it in the group work that we will do it now. So sometimes you want to read everything. You are not talking about the blank, because this operator, greater or less, this operator, double greater, double less, we use it, it will stop when there is a blank, and then we'll go next till we reach another blank, or in this case. However, we can use a put back to stop in a special character we needed. Like here. So you use it here to space, but you can use it to hash, to any character, even though X, Y, A, B, C, that while next equal, which means that whenever you don't reach this, go ahead and put and get, yeah, which means put here and get in the other one. So you can choose which one you want to put back based on a special character you want to stop at it. Right. Okay, let's see this example. So like always, we will have here input stream, we read from cat.dat, and we are going to save c+.dat. The same. We will declare first, always, we declare the input streams and output streams. Let's go ahead and see the function, how it works. We name it add plus. It will take input stream, output stream. We are not talking now about the format, so we didn't set any flag. So character next, so it is a character verb, we get. So get next, it means that in this case, it will get character by character. This is another one, it's in F, which means that there is no anymore. We can use this also. This is another example, we can use it. So we said if next equal C, then go ahead and output stream here, and then get next, output stream next, and get next. What we are doing that, read every character from the file and copy it to this another file, except that is C, change it to C++. Which means that whenever there is a C character in this function, we are going to change it from C to C++ using get and put. Because get, as I said, that will help us to get, or will work to get only one character, and put one character. So whenever there is C, I'll go ahead and will not save C, I will save C++ in the other file. So the file will have C is the world most programming language. There is no language as their style as C, and C is a fun to use. The output will be C++, C++, C++ in this case. Let's go now to the work group exercise that I want you to share with you today. So suppose we are making a program that, let's say, it is a simple mail editor, let's name it, or let's say mail editor, an editor for mail. So the file contains all letters except the names. That you have an essay or a paragraph, whatever it is, you don't have the name of the person that you are writing for him the letter. Where the name should be, you will have this special character. You are going to read from this file and ask the user for the name, and you are going to replace this characters hash and hash with the name. So let's take the example. The input file, suppose that it is letter body. The output file is finished letter. So here the file, you will have it like this, the input file. And you are going to read this file, and you are going to save it in another file, putting the name. Here we are going to put the first name, and here you got first and last name that you have already received from the user. I will show you how it works, and I will ask you to do it by yourself. Let me go ahead and show you how it works. Let me open my... Guys, can you see the screen? Do you see my Visual Basic screen, a Visual Studio screen?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So don't see the code, no. Let me run the code. First, let me show you where is the file here. It should be in, yeah, where it is. So C user, C user, and the file is source, where it is source. repository, it is application 10. So the file, it should be debug order. It's the debug and here in both places I have already put it. So the input file is letter body. I think that I open it here. So this is the file how it is. And maybe here, this is out here. And this is the letter body, and here the finished letter. So I will run this program. So it enter the name of the file. So you will ask the user to the file where are going to read. So what we name it? We name it letter body, and the B is uppercase dot text. So now where you are going to save the one. So why I save it, I said here finished letter, finished dot text. So the output file, we want to save the output. Please enter a first name and a last name. So Ismail, last name, I will write my family name. So now we will go to the finished letter. So you see, here the full body here we will have N. It change it with my full name. And then N. So it will go ahead, Ismail, change it here. So let me run it again using another name. So first, again, enter the name of the letter body. We name it letter body dot text. The name of the file and the finished letter. We name it finished letter. So enter the first and the last name. That give me.
Candace.
I can use your. Yeah. How you know that I will ask you?
I don't know. I was just.
Kirsten Foster, yeah. So go ahead and see if it will accept your name or not. So let's double check the files now. So the finished letter. No, sorry, maybe it's save it here or it's finished, close to finish. So where is this file? File finished here or maybe. I didn't give it .text, so maybe it will put a generic one. Let's make it .text to that we can view it in a better way. So again, for the letter, we said finish the letter body, .text. I put it, I make a mistake. This microphone doesn't give me letter body .text finished letter .text. Yeah, so how we name it, finished letter here, yeah. Finished letter, yeah. There is uppercase. So put like this letter. So enter the first name, let's name it now Kirsten again, Kirsten. Kirsten Foster.
My last name isn't letter.
It should. Okay, close. Then we close it. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, Kirsten. Here it is. So it is Kirsten Foster. It changed Kirsten here, Kirsten here. This is what I want you to do today. I will share with you. Yeah, sure. I will share you the lecture today without the solution, and then we, like always, we will discuss the solution. Are you motivated to do this group work? Give me 2 thumbs up. No thumbs up. 1. Cool. Okay. Okay. Let's go to our rooms, and we'll do it, and I will help you. Don't worry about it. So let's stop here recording now. First recording, yeah, start recording. Go ahead.
Okay.
And join your screen.
So this is where it starts. So do you want me to explain it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I included a bunch of the libraries that we needed. I have the input file stream, the output file stream. I have a character for the next symbol. So like each symbol in the input file, I'm gonna increment. And then this is the input file name, which is stored in a string variable. And this is the output file name that's stored in a string variable. And then the first name and the last name of the person are also stored in string variables. Oh wait, I don't think I actually need this. I can get rid of that.
Keep it now. Yeah, okay. No need to this. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what next char is. It's what the next symbol was, and then this integer I is equal to 0 is to basically
as we discussed, it is a flag.
Yeah, it's like
it is the first time you visited it or not, because as we said that if it is the first time you find the hash and as the first one, it should be first and last name, if not only the first name.
Okay, so this is my function. I just called it replace names because basically it's just replacing the hash and hash. So what it does, it starts with it gets the first character, or like the next character, which is going to be the first character. And it checks if like it's the end of the file first, and if not, it'll go and check if the character that we just got is a hashtag symbol, and if so, then it'll get the next character. It'll check the next character and see if it's an N, and if so, it'll check the next character after that and see if it's a hashtag symbol. And if that happens, then it's going to check if it's the first time that it's seen it. So it's going to say, oh, I is equal to 0 because it hasn't been changed. So this is the very first time that we've seen the hash and hash. Then it's going to output in the output file first name and last name. And then it's going to change the I to 1. So now we know that next time that we see hash and hash, it's not going to be the first time. It's going to be second, third, fourth, whatever. And then that's what this is. It's just going to be the first name. So it does that, and this is for one character, right? So if this isn't true, like if it isn't a hash and hash, then it's just going to output stream the same character, and then it's just going to get the next character in the file, and it's going to keep doing that until it goes to the end of the file, and that's the function.
Okay.
And so
perfect. Can you run it now?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so input file is letter body. Output file. All right, so if we go to, I think it's in files, right?
Yeah. Repository, yeah, within the same solution or folder the solution.
It wasn't this one. It was Outstream 2. So now we go to the finished letter, and because I put in my name as Carson Foster, then it's just gonna replace all those with Carson. So that's it.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Suppose that you will have in the file hash n hash n hash. It will got it. Go ahead to the input file.
Okay. I think so.
Go ahead. Let us change it in the input file.
Okay. Carson. That has to be an easier way to do this. Okay, so it's going to be letter body, right?
Yeah, if we have already made the file. So made this hash n, or let's make it, let's make it hash n, and then we'll make it hash n hash.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what would happen now?
I think it's just going to be Carson Foster, Carson. That's what I'm...
Let's try it. No, yeah, go ahead. Go finish it.
Right, now we go to... There we go.
So Carson Foster, Carson it is. Okay, let do it. Go to the input file.
Okay.
Go to the input file. Yeah, the first one, let make double hash.
Double hash?
Yeah, then, no, delete all of this. Yeah, delete this, also this. So hash, another hash, and hash.
Okay. You want me to run it now?
Yeah, save it first. Save it, then run it.
Yeah, I saved it. Always do this.
What happened?
So the hash disappeared, it seems. Or wait, let me look at this again.
Return back to the file. So where the file? Yeah. So this is the original file.
This is the input.
So what is the expected output it should be, according to the input file?
It should be a hashtag and then Carson Foster. That's what I'm...
Yeah, but why it doesn't give you this?
I don't know.
This is why I ask you to put back.
Oh, is this the reason?
Yeah, so put back. The put back will say, okay, now let's discuss it like this. So you make, according to, go back to your code. Go back to your code. So your code will say, okay, if you find the hash one, you will go to double check if there is the n.
Yeah.
If there is no n, we'll go out of this loop, yeah?
Yep, and so it's going to go to here, outstream next char.
So in this case, the next one will be the next hash, and then it has to double check, but in your case, it doesn't give you the output that you needed. So if it is hash, yeah, okay, suppose it's you find the hash. And then let's go to the second one. Now the problem with the second one. You find a hash, you have to double check if the second one is n. So they're talking about the second if, yeah?
Yep.
So if it is n, you will go to see what is the next of n. And if it is not n, what it will happen?
If it isn't n,
yeah,
it's going to
go to the third one.
Yeah.
Rather than n. Suppose that you have hash x, then you will have a y. So if you will go hash, double check the x one.
And
if it is not n,
so it's going to break out.
We'll go to the second one. However, in your case, it's maybe this will be another hash, and there's another n after the second hash. This is why, if it is not the character you needed, you have to put it back, because maybe you will start with your template hash now. Put back, you will return the input as if you are returning the cursor where you are searching.
Okay, so would I put an else in each of these?
Yeah, you see, let me share my code now. Maybe it will be clearer to share to the code.
Okay.
You see here? So I said if it is, you can see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
So I said if it is hash equal x, then go get the second one. Now, if the set, because for me I am searching for hash and hash. So since I'm searching for hash and hash, mean that I have to search for the hash, as you did also.
Yeah.
So the point now that if the second one is n, then I have to go to see the third one if it is hash.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between me and you, that for you, if it is a second one, if not n, then go ahead and see what will be the one that after the n. Suppose it is not n, it is x.
Then
so hash x. The second one will go now to the one after x. Suppose that x will be another hash, and you will get n after the second hash in this case. This is why if the second one, if it is not n, it may be also it is hash. So in this case, I made put back, then go ahead and return it again from this input to double check if it is also the one that we search for this. Maybe it is another hash in this case.
So I guess what you're saying is that like if it's not an n, then it's getting stuck on the hash or something, or is it?
Which means that when I said put back, which means that return this again to see if there is another special character you're more interested to it.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll just put that into mine.
Okay, let's see with Donnie now. Donnie, go ahead. Can you let us see what you have already done? I will stop sharing.
Actually, I have stuck at here. Hello?
Yeah, we are hearing you. So have you already finished?
No, I cannot.
You see the problem with you, Donnie, this is always, I can see it here, that whenever we are going to discuss some material, you have to search either in your old knowledge or you have to search online that is not related to what we have already discussed in the lecture. The main aim from the group work or any exercise to practice what we have already done. Why you don't do this? I have already noticed this many times with you. Why? You got my point? Donnie, can you understand me? You want me to repeat in a more simpler word? Tell me how can I help you? How can I communicate with you? I'm saying that I have already noticed that in many times you don't practice what we have already discussed in the lecture. You will go to search online, and maybe you will go ahead and use what you have already learned before, or what you know before we start the lecture. You got my point?
Yeah.
So I want you to always try that you practice what we discussed today. For example, today we don't talk about split. Why are you using split? We don't talk about
Actually,
join.
C++ don't have a function called split, and it's defined by me.
Yeah, I want you to practice what you have already today discussed. Just to practice what we discussed today, that you can benefit, and you can go further and make a more discussion based on this. You got my point?
Yes.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you all. Do you have any more questions? I will share my code with you. Do you have any more questions for me today, Kirsten, Cora, Donnie, Lisa? Maybe she has already left.
I do, but it's a little bit of a more one-on-one question about the.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering if you could, like, it was just more of a one-on-one. Like, I was wondering if I could get some points, like, from my first assignment, like, changed.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
you can join the virtual office, this Kirsten.
Okay, when is that?
It was. I have already published a schedule in the Blackboard, so you can go to the Blackboard and see the schedule, and there is a Zoom link. It is Thursday and Friday. So either I'm talking about virtual office hour, and there is some physical office hour, but if you are more interested because of the road now to have a virtual office hour. So virtual office hour will be in Thursday from 3 to 5, and I think also Friday like this. But you have just to drop me an email, tell me about the slot to book for you a special slot.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
The slot can be half an hour and can be more, depending on availability. So it will be one-to-one using Zoom. All the details they are, all the details are in the Blackboard.
All right, I'll check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I will be happy to see you there, Kirsten. Yeah.
Yep, I will be there.
Waiting to see you. Okay, guys. What more I can help you? Then just give me 2 thumbs up to leave in this case. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care
Have a
all.
good day.
Bye bye.